Donald Trump doesn't think at all about the dead firefighter, and he thinks a lowball check to the widow makes it all right. Chris Graham here, Augusta Free Press. A reporter asked Donald Trump how he felt about God supposedly intervening to save his life from an assassin's bullet while leaving another man to die. Trump at first dodged, according to the account from New York Magazine's Olivia Nuzzi. Then he bragged about giving Corey Comperatore's widow a check for $1 million, money being his way of deflecting. And then the kicker is it wasn't even his money. Nuzzi wrote in her article, he talked about how a friend of his had given $1 million to Corey's wife and how they'd set up a fundraiser for the families and how they'd raised $5 million or $6 million. He kept talking and talking about the money. He said, I already gave the wife $1 million. She was great. I mean, look, she couldn't believe it. It's fair to speculate here that Trump didn't write the check himself because he's on the hook for more than $500 million in civil judgments after juries in New York were against him in a defamation case and a business fraud case. That doesn't even include the 34 felonies he was convicted of. It could just be that Trump isn't as flush as he's always claimed. I mean, given the multiple bankruptcies, he's filed for bankruptcy 6 times. The guy couldn't make money running a casino and his comically failing social media venture, which you don't use, called Truth Social. There's a reason, after all, that he's out there selling Trump Bibles, gaudy sneakers, bobbleheads. He's running as much to raise money as he actually is trying to win the election. One other point to make here, $1 million seems like a low ball, considering the possible legal exposure for the Trump campaign, having a big campaign event out there in the open air. Whether or not it's the Secret Service's fault, there's well-documented issues with security. You have to wonder, did Trump make the widow sign an NDA as a part of the exchange for the $1 million that he gave her from someone else's bank account? That's me digressing there. Back to the part about God and what Trump thinks of it, being that he was the guy who was spared and not the firefighter and father of two. The answer is no, he does not think about it. From the story, this is what he had to say. No, I haven't wondered why. I should wonder why. I've been working very hard on the campaign, and I also run a business during the time that I'm here, with my family. It's a great business. It's an incredible business. I'm involved in running that. Mostly it's a campaign because, you have to do that. That's got to be the focus. And my children run the business now and do a good job. Eric runs it. Don helps him and runs it. Also different aspects of it. But no, I've never asked myself that. I've never thought of it. I don't like thinking about it too much because that's almost like you have to get on with your life. So I don't really like thinking about it all that much. Word salad again. This is a guy who's running for president. He can't keep a coherent thought for more than 2 seconds. So the first time he was asked the question, he bragged about giving the widow money, somebody else's money, a low ball given the circumstances. The second time, he says he's too focused on his campaign, his business, which again at this point is the Bibles, the shoes, the bobbleheads, and the rest. And then no, he has not thought of the dead firefighter, not once. With Donald Trump, that all checks out. If you have anything for me to look into, any story tips, anything else, please give me an email at chris@augustafreepress.com.